Gymnasium of Elk Grove High School, Illinois. We have this presentation of girls basketball as the Rolling Meadows Mustangs are in town to take on the Elk Grove Grenadiers. Hello, everybody. Alongside Chris Randall, I'm Gabe Newman. Chris, the Mustangs have a lot of height on their roster. Rosine Granberry and Dalia Granberry. Rosine is starting, both 6'4". That is unheard of almost in the girls' game. And for Elk Grove, they don't have a lot of height on their team, but what they do have is two star-studded players in Julia Mesnica and Maggie Maher. Maher pretty much doing all of the rebounding duties, and those two have a great connection. Chris, what do you see tonight?
Yeah, if that Grens have any chance, we got to run them out the gym, play fast. You can take those bigs out of the way and make sure we run quick, run the fast break.
As they're announcing the starting lineup, so will we. First for Rolling Meadows, it's Sierra McMahon, Elizabeth Andriano, Rosine Granberry, who we talked about, is a 6'4" junior. They also have a 6'4" freshman, who's her sister. Cassidy Pardini and Olivia Zielinski round out the starting five for the Mustangs. And for the Elk Grove Grenadiers, who are playing their third game in 3 days, Riley Matos starts alongside Maggie Maher, Ella Duckman, Julia Mesnica, and Katrina Kellett is the center. And just on that, 3 games in 3 days is so brutal, added to the fact that this Grenadier girls roster only has 8 active players right now.
Yeah, definitely going to be some tired legs out there. Hopefully they could stand with it, though, and make sure that use the lineups wisely with the coach as Courtney Linfors. She knows their lineups, and she'll use them wisely. Just got to make sure that the legs stay underneath this Grenadiers basketball team.
Head coach Courtney Linfors in her first season at Elk Grove, a product of Loyola, and says her final words to her starting five is, "We're about ready to go." It'll be Ella Duckman against, I can only assume, Rosine Granberry on the tap. And we are about ready to begin. Elk Grove 2-6 in conference coming into this, and sitting at 5th place, Wheeling, whom they swept the season series from, is the only team that they have beaten in conference this season, whereas the Mustangs are 4-4 and have kept some close games, including a 1-point overtime loss to the 3rd-ranked team in the state, Hersey.
The Grenadiers wearing their all whites with green, and then Mustangs black, all blacks with purple pinstripes, just so we know. Looks like
turnover by, well, it was Elizabeth Ardiano who had the ball. I doubt it was her fault. Here's Maggie Maher, and gets it to Katrina Kellett. Kellett, Maher underneath the rim, flips it up, and off the iron, no good. Meadows on the clear. Here comes Andriano. She drives to the net, no good. Kellett with the rebound. Maggie Maher back the other way.
Good offensive first possession there. A little 2-man game between Maher and Kellett. First got a good look, just Maher unable to finish.
And talked about the Granberry sisters, but nobody taller on the court than head coach Courtney Linfors. So tall, I might have to stand up in a second to be able to see that corner. As here's Ella Duckman underneath the rim, loses the ball, and it'll be retained by the Grenadiers.
Maher will take this one out for the Grens.
Maher inbounds to Mesnica. Back to Maher in the corner. Julie Mesnica, who had 23 points in last night's win against the Maine East Blue Demons, finds Ella Duckman. Kick out to Maher at the wing. Maher across to Riley Matos. Mesnica. Ella Duckman, ball moving, a big priority for this Grenadier offense. Katrina Kellett in the corner to Maggie Maher. Long possession for the Grenadiers.
Double team comes. It's going to be tipped out there.
It's tipped out by Cassidy Pardini, as we got some fans right next to us who yell her name as well. Julia Mesnica will inbound for the Grenadiers, who on Tuesday, my days are blending together, played Prospect and had a 3-0 lead as that shot no good from Maher. Had a 3-0 lead with 4 minutes into the game. Prospect started ice cold, and then finally Prospect turned on the Jets. Underneath the basket for Sierra McMahon, no good. Rebound Granbury, and she gets the putback for the first points tonight.
3 offensive rebounds there for Granbury. No one put a body on her to box her out of the way. Looks like Rolling Meadows comes in a 1-2-2 zone after that made bucket.
Ella Duckman trying to go quickly, trying to get through the Rolling Meadows defense. And Matos has to save that ball from going out of bounds. Maher picks up the loose ball, gets it to Matos in the corner, across to Duckman, who takes a 2-jumper, no good.
They say Olivia Zielinski's 5'11", but she looks just as tall as Rosina Granbury out there.
And there is a 3 from Olivia Zielinski, and yeah, you mentioned it. She may be an inch shorter, but it does not, looks like.
It's definitely not 5 inches worth.
Definitely not. As there's a 3 from Matos in the corner, and Riley Matos is on the board with a 3. She drains it. Makes it a 5-3 ball game in favor of the Mustangs.
That's gonna have to be the offense for the Grens today. You're not gonna be able to get any easy layups with Granbury in the middle there, so you're gonna have to drive, kick out, and keep doing that till you find the look you like.
Rolling Meadows Mustangs, who are spoiled for choice when it comes to basketball. Of course, everybody knows about Cameron Christie and that boys team, but the girls are kind of a fly under the radar, above 500 team, as that one flipped up toward the net by Sierra McMahon, and she scores. Here's Ella Duckman with the Grens trying to beat full court press, which has given them so much problems in recent weeks. Here's Katrina Kellett in the corner. Maggie Maher takes the 3, no good. Trying to reach for the rebound was Matos, and she wound up tapping out of bounds.
Coach Lindenford is complaining about that one. I agree with that. That was tipped out by the Meadows player there, and it's going to be Meadows' ball.
Here's Andriano to McMahon for 3, and that's a deep 3 that McMahon drains to make it 10-3 Mustangs.
5 easy points already for this evening, and then here comes another one with 7 on the steal.
That was number 7, or I think it was number 1, Sierra McMahon. There's no 7 on our roster. Forces a turnover at midcourt and winds up benefiting from it. Timeout, Courtney Limfors with her team down 12-3 early. Yeah, Chris, I think I'm just going to stand up for the rest of this game. It's tough to see over the water cooler and stuff.
I'm down with that. We can for sure. Well, first thing this Grens team's going to have to do is break this press.
Definitely, that's going to be priority number 1. And that's what cost them against Prospect. Prospect is such a good team. They're playing pretty much for the MSL East Championship tomorrow against Hersey. But the full court press has given Elk Grove such trouble, especially recently. And some tired legs out there as they're playing 3 games in as many days. As here's Maggie Maher. Matos lobs it for Kellett. They get past half court, and Maher is pickpocketed by Sierra McMahon. McMahon with Maznika kind of close to her. Here's Granbury. And Pardini thought she had the 3, instead drove to the rim and put it in off the glass. Here's Maznika the other way. Now Riley Matos and Maher. Long pass to Matos, who tried to get it underneath to Kellett. She got it to Kellett.
It's going to be a travel underneath there.
Kellett's shot was no good, and then she traveled.
They're doing good work with the ball fakes, breaking the zone. It has the last couple times gotten broken, but then they'll definitely need to use those to their advantage.
Here comes Rolling Meadows with Andriano. Andriano gives it off to Pardini. It's now with McMahon, who is just light red hot with 7 points already. That pass by Olivia Zielinski goes through the hands of McMahon, and it's a Rolling Meadows turnover.
Right back into the zone for this Rolling Meadows team. As that pass is stolen away.
Maggie Maher throws an interception, and it's to the benefit of Cassidy Pardini.
Gotta get this ball in here. He was counting right away. Right when that ball hit the ground, ref started counting.
Here's Ella Duckman at half court. Duckman, sister of Lily Duckman, who is a 1,000 point scorer in her Elk Grove tenure. Graduated last year as the female athlete of the year for Elk Grove. There's a three from Zielinski, and Zielinski knocks it down. It's an early 19-3 lead for the Mustangs. As Nika floats it over Zielinski to Matos. Kellett underneath the basket, gets it to Maher. Maher drives to the rim and ends the 19-3 run the Mustangs were on. It's 19-5.
That was good use there. They broke the press and went into the offense quick. Got it down low and then found the open Maher with the cut to the basket.
Andriano, Granberry. Andriano takes a three, and that one good. The net was hanging on the rim, and Andriano's shot not only scored 3 more points for the Mustangs, but also dislodged the faulty net. That happens only on that basket, it seems. Happens a couple times. Here's Julia Mesnica. Mesnica gets it to Kellett, to Maher for 3, and that one drops right in.
That's good use there. Good drive there by Mesnica, and then found the open player, and then a good extra pass there to Maher for the 3.
Maggie Maher, who had 19, is on the board tonight as Mesnica tried stealing it away from Andriano, but it looked like Zielinski was there to back her up. Nice pass underneath by Granberry to Zielinski.
Granberry's not been the one that's been the problem so far, is that she's only got 2 points. It's been all the outside shooters and this fast break that the Grens just have very hard trouble with.
Maher turns the ball over again, and once again the Mustangs have capitalized from it. Kellett underneath to Duckman in the rim, and that one blocked away by Zielinski. The Mustangs pick up the ball with 20-ish seconds remaining in the opening frame. Mustangs passing it around the perimeter with Pardini, now with McMahon with 10 seconds and counting.
With the no shot clock here, you get to hold it for the whole minute if you really wanted to.
Zielinski for 3, and that one drops at the buzzer and caps off an excellent first quarter for the Rolling Meadows Mustangs. They jump out to a 29-8 lead after Olivia Zielinski knocks down a 3 at the buzzer.
Yeah, the Mustangs, if we look back at those stats, I don't think they missed in that first quarter, to be honest with you. It was nothing but buckets, and for most of that quarter, Elk Grove couldn't really buy a bucket.
Yeah, 29-8 advantage for the Mustangs. Let's talk about this schedule that the Grenadiers have had to play a little bit, because they're playing game 3 of 3 this week. They had to play Tuesday, Wednesday, and now today, which is Thursday. This game was supposed to be tomorrow, but for some reason it was moved. I'm assuming it has something to do with Prospect versus Hersey tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. They want us highlight those key matchups. I mean, it stinks that the game was shifted for Elk Grove here, but they're playing the same way, playing the same game got moved for them as well. But like you said, definitely had probably part of highlighting that matchup that you were talking about tomorrow night.
Grenadiers are 3-1 in their last 4. The only loss coming Tuesday against Prospect. They beat Zion Benton last Wednesday before spoiling Wheeling's senior night last Friday, and then took a 62-29 loss to Prospect before coming back and beating Maine East by 10 last night. Here's Maher to Caitlin Wirtz, and that shot no good from the freshman.
It was good offense there by the Grens, though. Maher driving kick, and that's what you got to look for because you won't be able to shoot it over these Granberry sisters.
That one whacked away, a pass intended for Granberry, whacked away by Ella Duckman underneath to Caitlin Wirtz, and she couldn't handle it. The Wirtz sisters are on the court now for the Grenadiers, both Caitlin and Libby.
It was a good pass there by Duckman. Found the open guy, just missed it a little bit there, but good offense. Seems like first 2 possessions of the second quarter, they've had good offense.
Here's Anna Cast, who's in the game, trying to get it to Granberry. Granberry saves it to Andriano, and
you're going to say Grens tipped that one out there. I didn't think so, but Rolling Meadows basketball underneath.
Roll the eyes from Courtney Lindfors. It'll be Cast to inbound. And that one underneath to McMahon. She got the shot off for 2, no good. And Granberry's shot, no good. That one banked in for 2 for the Mustangs.
McMahon sinks another one. She's in double figures now. First one to reach double figures on both teams.
Here's Caitlin Wirtz. Wirtz finds Maggie Maher in the 3 for 3, or in the corner, I should say, for 3, no good. And the big tall 6'4" Rosine Granberry gets the rebound. That one knocked out of the hands of Charlotte Erico by Julia Mesnica, and she forces a turnover.
Good work by the Grens there to get back on transition defense, as Erico was home free, but Maher and Mesnica came back and deflected that one off of her.
The Mustangs have abandoned the full court press, at least for now, as Caitlin Wirtz tries to get it to Ella Duckman. It's now with Julia Mesnica. Mesnica tries to drive to the rim, but that one flipped behind the backboard and out of bounds. And there's a Mustang down with an injury. Trying to see who it is. I think it's not McMahon. Looks like some
number
sort of
4, Anna Cast.
Anna Cast, who didn't start the game, is the Mustang that's down right now with, it looks like to be a leg injury. Elk Grove trainers out to take a look. They're holding Cast's ankle. So maybe she turned an ankle when she went up for the rebound. Either way, it's 31-8 Mustangs.
Yeah, hopefully Cass is all good, but both coaches now get a timeout without really spending one as well, and hopefully for Elk Grove's sake here, they talk it over and make the adjustments they need here to get back into this game quick.
How important has Sierra McMahon been for this Rolling Meadows offense? 11 points already, and we're not even 10 minutes into the game.
Yeah, she hasn't missed a bucket. 2 for 2 behind the arc, and then 2 fast break layups that they've gotten to her.
And Cass is still down, and the trainer's taking a look. And the gym has fallen to a lulled silence, and now Cass is on her feet walking it off with, I can only assume, is an ankle injury. So she'll take a seat, and the Mustangs will send someone else in.
Yeah, no subs there for the Grens. Looks like Julia Igmanson comes in for the Mustangs.
That one inbounded to Elizabeth Andriano. And now with McMahon. Sierra McMahon trying to get it underneath to Gradberry, and that one goes around the rim a couple times and then drops in.
Yeah, Duckman played real good defense there. There's got to be help on that backside, as she's a much taller offenseman there. You got to front her.
Here's Caitlin Wirtz for 3, and that one clanks off the rim, no good. Here's Andriano. Guarded closely by Maggie Maher. Pardini tried to get it to Charlotte Errico, and Errico was fouled, so she'll go to the line, and the Mustangs will be at the charity stripe for the first time tonight. How crazy is that? 33 points, and not a single one has come from the free throw line.
Yeah, they've been efficient, to say the least, as that one's up and through. Make a quick sub is Rolling Meadows.
Charlotte Errico is on the board now with 1 point, could be 2 after this free throw. And it is good.
Seems like Rolling Meadows is just going to play back now and create turnovers or create their defense on that side without the press.
It's a 27-point early Mustang advantage as that one is dribbled off the foot of Caitlin Wirtz, and she turns the ball over. The only freshman on this staff, there is a sophomore, Emily Fiorito, who I can bet you'd bet your bottom dollar that she'll see minutes in this game at some point. Granberry underneath the net trying to bully her way to the rim, no good. McMahon grabs the rebound and scores.
Yep. Got the Duckman played good defense on Granberry again. Had a missed shot from her, put the hand right in her face, just no one on the other side for the defensive rebound.
Here's Maggie Maher. Maher gives it to Libby Wirtz, who gets it right back. Maher drive to the rim, no good.
Good crossover there at the top of the key, though, to get around her defender.
Julia Ingenminson has the ball and is fouled. Let me see if I read that right. Ingenminson. Yeah, I got that right. For better or for less. The Wirtz sisters will check out, and the two starters who were subbed out come back in.
Yep. One Granberry out, the other one comes right back in.
That one on the inbound tipped away by Matos. Maggie Maher grabs the loose ball. Maher takes a three, and that one off the iron. And the Mustangs get the rebound. And Jemminson, who was just added into the game moments ago. And
good defense there by Duckman.
That one, ill-advised pass from Carolyn Sion. Duckman grabs the steal. Duckman to the rim, and she'll go to the line for her efforts. Chris, I believe the running clock, I know it's got to be a 30-point deficit, but I'm pretty sure it's only for the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, yeah. I'm not too sure on that rule, but that does sound about right.
I'll let Duckman to the line and cannot sink the first free throw.
Adriano comes back in for Rolling Meadows.
With 3:51 remaining in half number one. Neither team in particularly any foul trouble.
Yeah, it's been a pretty clean game by both teams. I mean, it does say Elk Grove has three, but both very clean so far on the foul end.
That three from Sion, no good. The putback from Dahlia, or excuse me, that was Rosine Granberry. And Granberry has 2 more points to double her total tonight. And it's a 31-point Mustang lead as Ella Duckman and Ella Trular get together. And we got a jump ball as Emily Fiorito checks into the game for Julia Mesnica. There's Andriano and Maher getting together, and Maher knocks it out of bounds. And this Rolling Meadows team is built just how you want a high school basketball team. You got just enough size and enough sharpshooters.
Yep. Get to work in and then work right back out.
As there's Granberry from a little bit of range from right around the free throw line and the elbow, and Granberry gets the roll necessary, the bounce I should say, off the rim to score.
Maher was being initially guarded there by Granberry. She'd have to take control. She did get a shot off.
That shot no good, and Rolling Meadows get the ball right back. Andriano being closely guarded by Maggie Maher. Granberry, she's not hard to miss. There's Maria Framios. Granberry takes a three, and that one clanks off the front of the rim. That's exactly what you need to see. A center, big center who can also shoot a three ball. That's pretty hard to stop. But
yeah, she had the confidence there and just pulled it like it was nothing. She's been shooting those for a while.
The ensuing Grenadier drive went out of bounds. They maintained possession. There's Maggie Maher in the backcourt with her Grenadiers trailing 41-8 with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Maher kicks out Riley Matos for three. No good, off the iron.
Every one of Matos' threes have been close, hit off the iron. She's right there. She's just got to keep shooting. They're going to fall.
McMahon a wide open three, and in the corner, McMahon drills it.
This has been a career day so far, McMahon. She's got 16 of the 44 points, and I want to say she hasn't missed yet this evening.
Well, when you leave her open like that, it's
pretty hard.
Yeah. Duckman to Riley Matos. Matos throws it up, and Duckman comes down with it. Maggie Maher with 90 seconds remaining in half number one. Maher underneath the basket, kicks out for Kellett. And Katrina Kellett cannot get her first points of the night.
It's a good find there by Maher underneath the basket. Found the open shooter right at the free throw line, just unable to fall. Seems like the story of the night so far for the Grens. They can't buy a bucket.
Grens in a long scoring drought as McMahon floats one up toward the rim, no good.
Finally missed a shot, McMahon.
And the rebound with Kellett and Charlotte Erico as a jump ball with the arrow pointing toward the Grens, and they'll get the ball back with a skosh under a minute remaining in the first half. You just look at this team for the Grenadiers. They look extremely tired, and who can blame them? But Maggie Maher loses it, and Andriano gets the ball right back. Here is Olivia Zielinski. Her shot no good. Rebound, Charlotte Erico underneath for Tular. Zielinski for three, no good. Andriana gets it right back for three from McMahon, and McMahon doesn't miss those.
That there was 4 offensive rebounds, and eventually they're going to get a bucket if you get 4 offensive rebounds. You got to secure the defensive rebound.
Emily Fiorito loses the ball, picks it right back up. Underneath for Katrina Kellett, flips it toward the rim because of the time, and that caps off a less than ideal half for the Grenadiers. They trail 47-8 at halftime.
Yep, they're going to have to make themselves back into this one and have about the same big half that Rolling Meadows did. It is able to happen, but it's got to happen right out the gate after half.
The Mustangs are on pace for 94, and the Grenadiers on pace for 16. At halftime, we'll take a break, step aside, and join you back for the second half. Elk Grove versus Rolling Meadows Girls Basketball.
So we welcome back from halftime here. 47-8 is our score. First half was pretty much all Sierra McMahon and the Rolling Meadow Mustangs. What do you think Coach Lynn Ford said to her team during this break, and how can they get back into it?
Well, playing 3 games in 3 days, we were talking at the break, is so unprecedented. I mean, she could have said anything. She could have said, you know, just try and play for fun, play for, just forget about the score. I'm kind of at a loss for words at how unprecedented the situation is. She could have said, just try and make some business decisions. Don't get hurt. That's the last thing we need at this point. And it's pretty much anything you say at halftime isn't going to change the fact that they had no answer for Sierra McMahon and for Olivia Zielinski.
Yeah, you said it right. I mean, and it stands out here as Rolling Meadows gets the first touch, missed layup there underneath by Arico, but all the starters for Rolling Meadows is out of this game as that's a 3 by Caitlin Wirtz, and it's missed. And Igmanson will bring it up for the Mustangs.
And it doesn't get any easier for the Grens. They got Hersey, the number 3 team in the state. And if they beat Prospect, they're going to need to beat Elk Grove in order to win the MSL East. And, oh boy, next Wednesday, at least they get some time off.
Yeah, as Igmanson drives in here, floater up and good over Duckman. And the lead just keeps growing bigger and bigger here. 49-8 is our score as Igmanson gets onto the board first this second half. Wirtz is running the point now, gets it into Duckman. Duckman kicks it right back out to Wirtz. Duckman for 3, top of the key, just missed. Defensive rebound on the other side by Erico. Good pressure by the Grens to get it into the face of Igmanson, but she brought it up safely across half court.
Yeah, and it's a running clock in the fourth quarter unless the 2 coaches agreed to just start it now. There's still plenty of game time left.
Yeah, as you said, as the 3 from Troller goes in for Rolling Meadows, 52-8. And there's going to be a 30-second timeout by Elk Grove here to start this second half. Yeah, I mean, what you said, though, is pretty much correct. You know, you got to play loose, just run the offense as best as you can and try and get the shots that you can. But at this point, probably not going to be able to come back into this one, but it's what you take out of it in the second half and what you bring into it next contest.
Yeah, and clearly, whatever Courtney Linfors said to her team at halftime, they did the opposite of. So yeah. I guess that kind of answers that question because a quick timeout with not even 2 minutes going in the second half tells you all you need to know about her feelings on the game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she wanted to score those first couple points, get the half in the right direction, but not work out that way as Maher's on the bench for Elk Grove, and it will be Elk Grove ball. Wirtz will bring it up. Yeah, this is where I think Elk Grove just has to run as much clock as they can and don't let Rolling Meadows get the ball or as many offensive possessions as they can. Run your offenses all the way through. As there's a 3 by Wirtz. Wirtz hits off the front iron. Offensive rebound by Duckman, and she is blocked right away by Erico.
I think the Grens need to treat this like a new game at this point. Pretend like it's 0-0. Just play as if this game was close and just work on stuff that you'd otherwise work in practice.
Yeah, exactly. Igmanson takes the 3 off the mark. Offensive rebound by Troller. Her layup missed. Offensive rebound by Erico, and her layup missed, and it's finally secured by the Grens Duckman. Wirtz brings it up, hands it off to Mensica. Skip past into the corner. Mensica has it right back. Going to reset the offense with Wirtz and Matos. Matos skip past to Mensica. She drives into the middle, finds Duckman. Duckman mishandles the pass. Matos right back to Duckman. See, this is good offensive possession here. They're running clock as Duckman will get fouled by Cinconi underneath, and she'll go to the line for 2.
You can catch the next EG6 broadcast right here. It'll be the EG boys against Prospect. Bronson Bartuch and the Grenadiers take on the Prospect Knights.
First shot by Duckman hits off the side rim. She's 0 for 3 from the free throw line this evening, looking to make that a little bit better of a percentage at this one for her 4th opportunity. And it is up. And this one does fall through. 52-9, 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Egmusen will run the offense now for Meadows.
And that's the first point for Elk Grove, I believe, since the first quarter ended. So a long scoring drought finally broken.
Yep. And Saccone misses the open three in the corner. Matos with defensive rebound. And it's brought up. Her pass almost stolen away by Saccone, but it was recovered by Grenz. Mencika has it, hands it off to Matos, and Matos is going to run at the top of the key. Passes it over. Instead, Matos has it right back. Shot fake, uses a screen from Mencika. Duckman seals, Duckman layup, and a missed shot there, but she'll go back to the line for two. They're running the offense real good right now. I mean, they're getting shots. It's all right.
Yeah, good, and a good job by Duckman turning and getting that shot off.
Yeah,
for sure.
She sealed her defender into the back and was able to make a move to the basket, and now she's at the line, hoping to fix it in as that one hits off the rim a couple times and falls out. And we're going to have a quick substitution. Maher is going to check in, and Wirtz is going to check out for the Grenz, and Duckman's second free throw on its way.
And this is the thing about high school sports in general. There's a bigger skill gap in high school sports than in any other level of sports, except for maybe, youth sports. But at that point, people are just learning the game. But yeah, high school sports, a lot of big skill gap between the good teams and the bad teams and the middle tier teams. There aren't as many of them.
Yeah, that's a good point there as Rolling Meadows runs the offense, gets a good slip screen, and they're going to go to the line for two. And that is going to be Maria Farmos at the line for two.
Speaking of points, the Grenz have 10 of them after Duckman had a semi-successful trip to the line.
Yeah, 1 for 2 her last 2 times to the line. She's gotten both points so far in this third quarter. As Farimos goes 2 for 2 from the line, as those are our first 2 points of this evening. And Maher's going to bring this one across the half court for the Grenz and run it. Mencika has it. Duckman trying to seal inside once again. Instead, Maher will have it right back where she got it. Uses the screen from Libby Wirtz. Instead, she'll pull it right back out. Duckman has it. Finds the cut of Mencika. Nothing there, though. Mencika will pull it out for a 3. A little bit long. Fight for the rebound. It falls to the arms of Igmunson, and it will be dribbled up. Igmunson kick ball there by Duckman as she tried to go through the legs of Duckman and tried to find Arico underneath for an easy layup. 3:31 left to go in this third. Both players screen the same one, so Rolling Meadows had a little bit of confusion. They do get it in, kick out for the open 3. That's going to be missed by Saccone, and defensive rebound by Maher. There's going to be a foul as well, and that's going to be on Frondmos with the foul.
Yeah, and usually at this point, Elk Grove would put their backups in, but they don't have any backups. So I talked to Courtney Limfors a little bit earlier before the game started and about playing 3 games in 3 days, and she said that there's not a whole lot of managing minutes, and they just try and get the girls to take care of their bodies before and after games.
Yeah, and that's a smart way to do it. I mean, with 8 players, it is hard to run some sort of lineups out there, but you got to find what works, and she definitely has. Just hasn't worked out. Her team's got a lot of open looks like that one there. 2-point bucket by Maggie Maher off the screen. Just now they're falling where earlier they were not falling.
And Limfors also said that they'll probably pull up some girls from the underlevel for the playoffs. Now, you might be channeling your inner Jim Moore and going playoffs, but every team makes the playoffs in both girls and boys basketball. I believe in every sport except for football in high school, every team has an opportunity to play in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean that's the beauty of it. Anyone can win on any given night, so upsets are bound to happen as there's a turnover by Rolling Meadows, and it will be Elk Grove basketball here with Maher skipping it over to Mencika at the top of the key. That's Frito, has it, finds Maher. Maher with the three, hits off the rim. It's going to be defensive rebound by Erico, and Rolling Meadows will push it up the floor. 2 minutes left to go in this third quarter, 54-12 is our score. Igmuson uses the screen from Erica. Both players fall. Coach wanted an illegal screen there, but not going to get it. Still Rolling Meadows basketball. Inside there to Truler. Truler kicks it right back out to where it came from. Skip pass, almost taken away by Mansica. Instead, Igmuso will rerun the offense. Stolen behind by Mansica. Duckman's got it. She's running all the way to the rim. Fast break layup is good by Duckman. Good defense as Courtney Linfors is going to take a quick timeout.
Yeah, and get used to hearing the name Emily Fiorito. She's a sophomore and getting some valuable minutes on this team. She also plays soccer, and she plays soccer year-round too at the club level, and of course plays for the school. So she is going to become a big part of not only the team on the court, but as well as the team on the pitch in the spring.
Yeah, you always like seeing two-sport athletes out there for every program. 54-14 is our score. As Rolling Meadows pulled all their starters, we probably won't see any of them the rest of the game, but I do want to point out it was a masterclass first half by Sierra McMahon, as she missed one shot and scored 19 points. As it stands right now, she's outscoring the Grens by herself.
Yeah,
we'll see if that holds up with another quarter and a minute left, but
that's just unbelievable. You got one player that's outscoring the entirety of the other team, and she just couldn't miss. I mean, you saw the first half. She was red hot, and the Grens had no answer for her offensively or defensively.
Yeah, and she had a couple steals as well in that press that they were running. Is this going to be a layup? Good. I thought she was set underneath there. They're going to call a blocking foul on this one, and Frunimunos is going to go to the line for two. I thought Mancino was set underneath there, but I guess not. So Frunimunos will go to the line for a second two. She was 2 for 2 from her last round at the charity stripe. And first one up and falls through.
And you can hear the dulcet tones of the legendary Ken Grams in the background. That man has more legacy than anyone else at Elk Grove. Has been there since the place opened in some form, contributing to the students.
Frondmos goes 2 for 2 once again. All 4 of her points have come from the line. Does quick work over as Frioto has it, sends it over to Maher. Maher trying to beat the zone as Rolling Meadows has come out into a 2-3 zone after the 2 free throws made. Maher has it, trying to use the screen, gets through it, layup, missed. Defensive rebound is fought for. It's going to fall to the hands of Trulier. I accidentally said layup there, I meant pull up, but still same result at the end as a missed basket from Maher. Arico has it, skip pass over into the corner by Trulier. Trulier driving in, shot up, missed. Defensive rebound by Maher. That could have used a lot of that early as they were missing a lot of defensive rebounds. Faritos, that's going to be a 2-point shot, hits off the back iron, and Trular is going to get the defensive rebound for Rolling Meadows. She's going to slow it down and get it to her point guard, Igminso. 20 seconds left to go. They're going to try and take last shot on this one. Sinconi looked inside, instead pulls it right back out to Nsingmo. Trular has it now. Looked inside to Erico again. Stolen away her pass. Maher got a tip on it. 5 seconds. They're going to be a jump ball. Travel is what they're going to call on Trular. So 3.5 seconds here. Elk Grove has a chance for a miracle shot here with 3 seconds left to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, and if they didn't get that travel call, I think Courtney Linforth was going to have an aneurysm. She was pounding the court,
Maher.
And that was...
Maher pulls up. That one's going to fall short. End of the third quarter, 56-14. We'll go the fourth. Elk Grove down big.
Yeah, 56-14, like you said. And the two teams, we mentioned time and time again playing 3 games in 3 days. Last night they played the Maine East Blue Demons and beat them 51-41. And Courtney Linford said that the defense caused a lot of havoc, and they were able to get a lot of transition points and fast break points, and that ironically is kind of what's happened to the Grens today on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, they were definitely sped up from that press that was ran early in the first quarter into the second quarter, and it was all smooth sailing after that from Rolling Meadows. Once they got a couple steals, wide open layups for them, and it's been nothing but. I mean, Rolling Meadows was up by 22 before the first quarter even ended. So we have 8 minutes left to go in this one, our fourth quarter.
Yeah, and it's going to be a running clock, so barring any timeouts.
Or injuries. Hopefully no injuries.
Yeah, injuries too.
That's the last thing you want to see in this type of game right now. Anyone get hurt and potential season ender, anything of that sort.
Yeah, well, any with the way the season's at now, any injury that's a week or two recovery is a season ender.
Yeah. It will be Grenadier basketball to check in on this fourth quarter.
It'll be Julia Mesnica to inbound to Maggie Maher, and the fourth quarter is underway. Emily Fiorito and Libby Wirtz behind the line for 3, no good. And that one cleared out by Jinmanson.
I will say one of the biggest points of this game has been the second chance opportunities, third chance opportunities. Elk Grove has been one and done on every single time, and Rolling Meadows is getting 4 or 5 shots every possession.
And you just mentioned it, Charlotte Erico fighting underneath the rim with second and third chance opportunities to try and put it back, and it finally goes out of bounds. Grenadiers get the ball right back. Here's Maggie Maher. Fiorito being double teamed. And Maher pulls off. Here's Mesnica to Libby Wirtz. Julia Mesnica underneath for Maher, underneath to Fiorito, drive to the rim. And Emily Fiorito will go to the line to try and open up her account for the night.
Yeah, good. She's recording some good minutes for Fiorito. She's played hard ever since she's gotten in. She made a good back cut there, an easy find for Maher to get her to the line.
And I'll refrain from saying the one-liner I have about Fiorito, that they have a lot of brass because Emily's dad is the band teacher, but I'll refrain from saying that, even though I kind of just did, as Emily's first free throw is good.
Maher and Masinka check out. We'll probably won't see them the rest of this one, as we're just about under 6 left to go.
And Fiorito misses off the back iron on the second free throw. Here's Julia Ingenmanson to far side. I can't really see. It's Charlotte Erico to the rim, no good. Kellett gets the rebound. Caitlin Wirtz. Wirtz underneath for Libby Wirtz, her sister. Now Matos across to Fiorito. Caitlin Wirtz trying to let things simmer down a little bit. Here's Riley Matos, thought about shooting, but that one goes off the foot of Maria Franimos and out of bounds. Matos inbounds the ball, or will inbound the ball to Caitlin Wirtz, back to Matos. And Wirtz looking for a passing partner.
Yeah, the thing that Elk Grove is missing right now, there's a lot of movement on the players' end, but no one's getting into the middle of the zone, and that's how you beat a zone, is getting into the middle and then kicking right back out.
Fiorito takes a 3, and that one, an air ball that Libby Wirtz alertly grabs out of the air, draws a jump ball, and the possession arrow pointing towards Meadows. Here come the Mustangs the other way with Trular underneath, and that one out of bounds off of Charlotte Erico.
Yeah, miscommunication there is a miss pass, but good news there for the Grens as they got another chance here to at least make this a little bit more respectful.
There's Caitlin Wirtz to Riley Matos, who barks out a play. That one tipped away by Rolling Meadows, and Caitlin Wirtz picks it right back up. Kellett from the free throw line, no good. And Jinmanson grabs the board.
Yeah, good offense there. You got the man in the middle. She took the open shot, but you could work even further through that. You could have a screener roll, something, anything like that. You got to get the man in the middle and then move out with the ball after that.
Last time these two played, it was a 62-39 victory for Rolling Meadows. And it's going to be another victory for Meadows this time around as well, as they add two more to a 58-15 advantage. Libby Wirtz, Fiorito to Caitlin Wirtz. Fiorito on the wing, tried to get it to Libby Wirtz and couldn't. Fiorito tried to flip it to Riley Matos, but it was picked off by Jinmanson. And Jinmanson takes it all the way to the rim, and she picks up a foul, and she'll go to the line for her efforts.
Matos with the foul there. That'll be her first of the night.
This game's going to drop Elk Grove to 9-17 and 2-7 in conference. Both teams have one more conference game remaining. For Elk Grove, it's the dreaded Hersey Huskies, who going into tomorrow at least, depending on what they do with the Knights, could be playing for the MSL East title. It's going to improve the Rolling Meadows Mustangs to 5 over 500 at 15-10 and 5-4 in conference. As here's Fiorito to Katrina Kellett, across to Riley Matos. Matos all the way across court to Fiorito. Wirtz, Matos calling for it, tries to get it to Libby Wirtz, and that one tipped and taken away by Maria Franimos.
Yeah, that possession was a lot of one-handed passes. My basketball coach always told me you can't fake a one-handed pass.
And that one rolled in by Ella Trular. As here is Caitlin Wirtz, and now Riley Matos. Matos takes it all the way to the rim and picks up the bucket, and will go to the line, or did they call it on the ground? Nope, she'll go to the line.
Yep, it's going to be an and one here for Matos.
The official pointed to the ground for a second, so I thought they might call it on the ground, but it's Matos at the free throw line, and she completes the three-point play.
That's 6 for Matos. She's got a third of the points. She did hit an early three, and since then, those were her first 3 since that early 3.
Underneath the bucket, here's Jinmanson, and a travel on Jinmanson as the game ticks under a minute here in Elk Grove. It's 62-18. And if the Grenadiers get one more bucket, then they'll overtake Sierra McMahon, who is on fire for the first half. I went underneath to Libby Wirtz, to Katrina Kellett, and a nice bucket for the Grenadiers. Gives them 20.
Good ball movement there. You found the open cutter that went underneath, and then you kicked it right back out to the open player in Kellett for an easy 2.
There's a missed shot from Charlotte Erico. The Grens get the rebound with 20 seconds left. They're still playing hard. Here's Caitlin Wirtz, who slips and tries to get to Fiorito. And Fiorito could not save it from going out of bounds. And that'll wrap up a 62-20 victory for the Rolling Meadows Mustangs. It was all Mustangs from start to finish, and they get the massive victory over the Elk Grove Grenadiers. Chris, your final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you got to highlight the key player, and that was Sierra McMahon, and she just lit it up, and it was all downhill from the Grenadiers once she started shooting. It's all right, though. There's still a lot of game left to play for them, and their season's by no means over.
Catch EG Boys Basketball take on Prospect in the next Elk Grove EGTV broadcast. That'll be right here And after all that, take care, everybody. 62-20, the final score for the Rolling Meadows Mustangs over the Elk Grove Grenadiers. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast despite the result, and take care, everybody.